relate with so much songs by then. Quite in Salam Zambia, 2002 I'm sure that was back in 2003. I remember back in John Lane. Don't ask me how old I am, and don't ask me when I was born. I remember back in 2003 in John Lane. Kwa Johnny Lenge pela we. Kwa Johnny Lenge.
Please tune in.
What's up guys, it's Confabulation Desk and I'm Patrick Xim and I'm back with another exciting video, another bomber video. And in today's video I'll be revealing Israel, then Exile. Yeah, Israel's So Lucky album, the 2002 album. Yeah, the 2002 album, Israel. Now, then Exile. Man, it's hard, man. I'm still stuck to Exile. The Israel part, I'm not so much familiar. Before we get into the video, do make sure to click that subscribe button, turn on the bell that you might be notified every time I upload a video. And you can always comment down below my comment box. And guys, do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. So to review this album, I'll be looking at aspects like writing style. I'll also be looking at production. I'll also be looking at the art cover. Art cover, guys, art cover. The other thing is individual songs, how they rank to me. Also talk about how successful the album was, okay, and which is just the popularity, how many people had it, how many people knew it. So the popularity of this album, I would also talk about it. I'll also talk about the durability of the album. Has it been able to stand the test of time? Okay, is it that kind of album which someone would listen? Is it an album that has made it all this while? Yes. So the most important aspects of this album are the popularity and the durability, or the test of time. Has it been able to stand the test of time? Those are the most two important things we'll be looking at, but while revealing other aspects as well. And we'll also discuss whether this album is still a hot album. Would this album be popular if it was produced in 2021? So let's deep dive in this video. So Lucky is an album written and sung and produced. I don't know who produced it, but I'm sure it's produced by Israel himself, then Exile. Okay, I'll just call him Israel. Yeah, Israel, produced by Israel in 2002. That's the time he debuted in the Zambian music scene. And this album was hot. Right now, as you can see, my headset's plugged into my ears. I'm listening to So Lucky right now, okay? It's an 11-track list album, okay? There are 11 songs, and it's such a phenomenal album, guys. It's such a great album. I'm sure you can find it. You can still find this album on Spotify, but as long as you're in Europe and other parts of the world where Spotify works, in Zambia it doesn't work. And I'm sure it's on Deezer too. You can still purchase this album on Invesesani. Is it invesesani.com? Yes, it's still on purchase. So this album, man, let's start with the writing style. Everyone knows that Israel is a singer-songwriter, so his writing style is uncomparable. You know, the way he wrote these songs, since it was his debut album, so these songs empowered him to write for other artists too. He is known to have written for a lot of artists. His wife included, Nalu. He has written for Nalu, Chatel, JK, CQ, and just to name a few guys. He has written for so many people. So his writing style was so crazy and great. He understood what he wanted to talk about. Every aspect. Guys, I could still relate to these songs. This is 2021 and I can relate to these songs. This is 19 years after. Someone is 19 years old, guys, together with this album. Talk about songs like Kumbela Nimvela, So Lucky, Tikakumana, Ambuya Yesu, Ndelila. Guys, these songs were written with very precise thought to them. It's like they were very personal to him, and I get that, guys. I get that. Now let's move on quickly to the production. Guys, I don't understand how the production was so clean. It's 2002, but the production sounded very flawless, guys, like very flawless. Though, you understand that it's 2002 and it's not the perfect sound, but Israel being a good producer, these songs just are flawless. Now, quickly, let's talk about the art cover. Hey, guys, the album art or the cover of this album, guys. The cover of this album for me, it's not my favorite. It's my least favorite art covers ever. The So Lucky art cover is like a no-no for me. I'm looking at it right now, and he was putting on a hoodie, and thinking, yeah, guys, this is among the worst art covers ever. But looking at it now, I'm thinking, well, probably it was the best art cover in those days, because, well, it looks clean, kind of clean, and he was thin and skinny, so you would understand. It wasn't the best, but it was good. It was good, but not the best art cover. It wasn't the best art cover, guys. This, no. I'm not just a fan. Just look at it. Just look at it. Ugh, guys, no. Let's move on quickly to individual songs. So when you talk about Oxygen, it's a song that talks about a woman being his oxygen and blah 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 and whatnot. But love, they can understand these songs. Okay, they can understand these songs. Yeah, they can understand those people who are in too deep into their partners. But when you talk about my favorite songs, it's track number 2. It's one of my favorite songs, Teti. You know this. It's kufaya kwandi kutimbe fenove. Yeah. Awe nganalia nganalefaya nomba teti nkushe. Nigga, even if you're cheating, if you sing this song to your woman, man, she would feel, she'd feel chills going down her spine, man. Like she would get goosebumps. Because this is flawless. Talk about Wapaya, Ambuya Yesu, Ndelilila, Waliwikila. What's this? Wali Mbikila. Waliwikila. No. But I know this song is Oh babe, Wulanda Mune, Iwo Kalali La Feli. I think it's Ukalali La. Ukalali La. I don't know why it's Waliwikila. It's Ukalali La. Ukalali La Feli, something like that. Yeah, it should be that. And then Kulimakolo Wako, which, well, most people found this album so nice and good. I'll talk about that later, but let's continue with the individual songs. Tikakumana, it's nice. We still have guys in 20,001 who still we still get guys. No, is it 20,001? No, 2021. In 2021, who just can't talk to a woman. They go like, oh, guys, I can't talk to her. I just lose my words. And Tikakumana is the best situation for you to explain to that girl who you want and just tell her, Tikakumana, baby, umukamwa dry. Kumvela Nimvela, it's the other song. But Kumvela Nimvela, I liked it when I was in grade 8. I liked listening to this song in particular because, I was having some parental issues, with the rules at home. Shanshan, don't do this, don't do that. So I always like to listen to this song, just tell myself, Kulibe ana badwa savage, Kulibe ana badwa ule, Kulibe ana badwa chakodwa, namoba kukamwa timwamona, echija chimwana. Guys, let me continue. Vena mabadwa mumavuto, simu maona mulinjala monoziko, kodi kubadwa nikulakwa nako, amvelani, amai. Okay, I'll sing for you later. Let's move on to track number 9, So Lucky. So Lucky is the album title, and also the title of this song. Guys, this song is the song that sent him there. And Futkuli Walimbi Kila. Walimbi Killer Remix, which is the 11th track on this album. So now let's talk about, well, the popularity of this album. So it was popular because of the situation, alleged situation Israel was in. He liked Nalu, who, according to rumors, was from a well-to-do family, and her family never wanted Nalu to be with Israel. So that's why I think, in my view, my thinking, there's Makolo Ako because they don't want me, and then there is I'm So Lucky because no one thought he would be with Nalu. So people thought, well, it's that situation. I don't know how true that is. So that scenario made the album so popular. People could relate with so much songs. By then, Kwali in Salam Zambia, 2002, I'm sure that was bad. In 2003, I remember back in John Lang. Don't ask me how old I am, and don't ask me when I was born. I remember back in 2003, in John Lang. Um, Oh, kwa Johnny Lenge pela, we? Kwa Johnny Lenge. Yeah, you would pass by my bars and you would see people playing Solaki, Teti, and wow, man, it's just so crazy. The popularity of this album is so crazy that when he released Siku Ya Lelo album in 2005, okay, which was relatively good, but not as good as Solaki, it was overshadowed. 3 years after he released So Lucky, So Lucky was still more popular than Sikuyale because it was just crazy. 2005, guys. 2005. So Lucky was still playing. Up to now, I'm still playing So Lucky. Guys, I don't know how good this album was. It was just crazy, guys. It was just great. This album is great. Okay, this album was great. Guys, talk about creativity. It was precision. It was good because of the detail he had put into this song. I understand. I think he was getting too much pressure because it was his first time dropping an album and he wanted to get a big impression. I think he hit the nail on the head. This 2003, 2005. This is 2021. I'm still listening to this album. This album is durable, guys. It has stood the taste of time. And every song can never fit. It's not like the diss tracks that we had in 2009, our 2010, 2009. You know, those songs are done. You can never listen to those songs and you cannot relate to them. You don't know what he was. But someone who would be born in 2015 or 2010 and you were to give them that song to listen to it, they wouldn't understand. If you're to talk about things like Solola, maybe a bit. Solola is just it's not that precise like hitting to one person. But when you talk about songs like Chihama, you talk about things Makitu by Slap D and other diss tracks and Unportable remix by Mampi, you wouldn't get those songs. But look at this album. This album, guys, up to now, you would still say I'm so lucky and it would be there, standing toe to toe with Finally. Kupeza will, baby, I'm so lucky. She would still get goosebumps and still have chills down her spine, guys. And listening to things, to songs like Teti, this album is durable, guys. It has stood the test of time. From 2002, this is 2021, and I'm still listening to it. How successful was this album? I would give it an A, which is 75 and above. It's a distinction, not an A plus. I'm trying to be as balanced as possible. I'll give it A, not A plus. So 75 and above. This album gets a 75% out of 100, which is a 7.5%. I give it a 7.5 out of 10, which is A, not A plus. A, just silent A or A minus. This album is successful, and now let's talk about, would it still be successful as it was back in 2002? Well, I don't know. Personally, as a fan, yeah, well, as a fan, I'm just saying, as a fan, you understand, right? As a fan, I don't know if, I'm not sure, guys. I don't know if it was luck, but I feel it wasn't luck, man. This album's success wasn't luck. I think, I still feel and think it would be popular, but not all the songs. Songs like Wapaya wouldn't be that popular. Makolo Ako, they were not the most popular songs. Even then, they wouldn't be. Ambuya, yes, maybe it would be the most popular because of the Christian charisma we have in Zambia, and yeah, it would be. I'm not sure if So Lucky would still be popular. I don't know, but yeah, it would do well though. It would do relatively well now, looking at the surrounding and music climate that we're in, because it's a fair share. Everyone gets a fair share of the cake. It's not like Ukamveka 2002, the whole 2002, you are the only one umveka. Because songs like Walimbikila won Songs of the Year and So Lucky on various radio stations in those days. Walimbikila and So Lucky won Songs of the Year from off his album, and that's how dominant he was in 2002. And you find that there were other artists like JK who had a flop album, Elena. It was so bad, but Israel did so well. So I think this album is a dope album, and you would still listen to it. If you haven't listened or gotten the So Lucky album, and you are a screw kind of boy or girl, guys, you need to get yourself this album. It's one of Zambia's greatest album ever. What a way to start this review series with the So Lucky. It wouldn't be any better album to pick or to choose other than this album. This album is absolutely one of my favorite of all time. It would always be there on my list of the greatest albums of all time, whether European, American, Asian, what, it would be on the list of my greatest ever hits or albums ever, because it beats Sikuyalelo. It has beaten all other albums, and it still sells up to now. What would you ask for? What more would you ask for, guys? Other than being given this great music. I hope Israel and Nalu give us an album together, because they've done a couple of songs like Efi Ndingile, Manina Bondi, oh, House Money Car, yeah. And I hope they will do uh, a great album together, because I think they're planning something together, and they have that song, Let's Run Away Together. Guys, sorry, I'm a terrible singer. Pardon me. Well, guys, thank you for being part of this video. Do make sure to be part of this conversation by commenting down below my comment section and suggesting whether you like this album, and giving me your thought and giving me a suggestion of what kind of album do you want me to review next. I'll see you next time when I upload another video. I'm out of here.